For the first example, if we drive more miles in a rental car, the cost will usually go up. Now I know most rental car companies have a flat fee, but some also charge per mile. And they might charge if you go over a certain number of miles. So in general, if the miles go up, the cost also goes up. So that must be direct. The second example would be inverse. Let's say two people live together and rent is $400. This would mean each person pays $200. But if we increase the number of roommates, let's say from 2 to 4, then people wouldn't pay $200 each. They'd pay less. Now instead of paying $200, each person would just pay $100. So as one quantity increases, the other decreases. Inverse. The second case is another example of inverse. As the speed of a vehicle increases, the time that we have to drive that vehicle decreases. And maybe you've never driven a car before, but you could still think about this if you were walking. If we walk slower or drive slower, then that means our time would increase to get to our final destination. One quantity is increasing while the other is decreasing, so that's definitely an inverse relationship. This fourth example is an example of direct. If we don't drive for a while, then we can't cover as much distance. So as one decreases, the other would decrease. Likewise, if we drive for a long time, then we can cover more ground. So this would be direct. For this last example, if we make more money, then we can spend more money. So that would be an example of direct. If our arrows point in the same direction, then we know it's a direct relationship. Whereas if our arrows point in opposite directions, we know it's an inverse variation.